Hello, Rebbl. Welcome back to Metal Stream. We're a little bit tired. We're doing okay. The description should be fine. No, why is it gone? Oh my god, I updated it. And it didn't update up until I will fix that immediately, sir. Thank you very much for the heads up. We are live, though. I actually updated it because I copied it off of the, off of my title when I put the streaming announcement out, which is weird, but okay. Twitch is being odd to us. That's fine. Anyway, I'm here. I'm Metal. You know me by now. I'm joined by a good friend of mine and someone who knows one of the coaches in this division very, very well. In this competition very well. Hello, McNugget.
Hello, Metal. Hello, chat. How is everyone?
It almost feels like we're back at just recapping, right? Except there's another dude who's not from our recap div involved.
Division 10A, Week 13 recap coming to you tonight.
Now, it's Plains Qualifier 4, and it is Muppeteer and Orconudos BBC, and there's not a lot left of this team, is there? They've had a rough old season.
You know what? They were one of the strongest teams in our division for the first 8 or 9 weeks, going unbeaten. And then in the last 2 or 3 weeks, when they just had to get that one last win, something happened to them, didn't it?
Now, elves appear to be Muppeteer's kryptonite, because you get beaten up by elves, like, a lot. And we had, like, a killer with a Black Orc missing. It has been severely diminished. We have not much left.
Yeah, we're missing at least some Mighty Blow tackle twice over, and a Black Orc may have got elfed.
Yeah, so, we're saying elves are his kryptonite. What is he playing? He is playing Tommy Too Tall, and thus with a kiss I die, who happen to be elves. And there's a lot more development on this team.
There's an awful lot of humans here by the looks of things, with the movement 6 and the strength, the agility 3.
Oh god, what happened to these poor buggers?
I'm not sure, but they do have some nonsense, don't they?
I do think I would sack T-Bolt, because I don't know if an Agi 3 dodge lineman is good enough. I would keep the guard 100% of the time. The movement is also fine, but I feel like T-Bolt should be dead. Yeah, Harrington thinks it's Cripple Cup.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, if you had Junipuliet and Cripple Cup, you wouldn't care about the rest.
You'd probably just win, wouldn't you? That is an incredible player. Agi 5, movement 9, strip ball, tackle. What does Muppeteer do with it against this? He doesn't have his Pom tackler anymore.
Me and Muppeteer speak quite a lot, and I'm wary of saying what the plan is just until we get into it.
Until he initiates the plan.
Yes. But there is plans afoot.
Wheels within wheels, people. And there is, of course, it's 1680 TV for the elves. Muppeteer's down at 1140, but obviously he's going to be picking up a couple of Linos. There's a couple of... But Linox, very cheap, 50k each. So he's at 1240. Gives him a pretty large 440k inducements.
Yeah.
What would you buy? Obviously not. We don't want to know what he would buy. I think...
I would buy what he is buying.
Is it a loner with tackle and some bribes?
Some of that is correct.
Part of that might be accurate.
Yeah. Me and Muppetillo kind of really got good pals this season, and we were the two kind of in the big running for it. So we got a very nice friendly rivalry. So when it came to his playoff game here, we did kind of shoot a few ideas apart. Between ourselves.
We're naturally going to try our best to not be biased, but if an elf... I mean, let's face it, if an elf dies, an angel gets its wings anyway, so...
I don't think I have any more bias left in me after the Spoonie Bard game, who, incidentally, plays the winner of this.
Oh, gosh.
So Muppet Spoonie would be my ideal matchup.
I actually think, to be fair, Spoonie would probably prefer Muppet because there's a lot less of him than this elf team. It actually feels a little bit insane seeing 11 fully rostered elves rolling into 9 rostered orcs. That's a thing, right?
It is indeed. Now, I'm just having a look to see it at home. Do we have any stadium enhancements in play going ahead of the game that may alter it? We've got Thus With a Kiss I Die at home.
And they are a level 2 stadium, but they do not have an enhancement. To be fair, even getting a Wood Elf team to a level 2 stadium in one season feels like Tommy Too Tall has put in a shift. And Tommy Too Tall, of course, in fact, both these coaches are no stranger to playoffs, having both been last season.
Yeah, Muppetillo with the Necromantic, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And I'm not sure what Tommy
Too Tall, I believe, was Nurgle. They're going to inducement. Timesler, can you confirm? I believe Tommy was on Nurgle last season, but I may be wrong. I think, if memory serves correctly, he got taken apart by Fiction, who just ripped his team up. But I can't 1000% confirm that.
If anything, it is a drastic change then from the Nurgle to the Wood Elves.
Normally it goes the other way. Normally you play elves, get ruined, and then roll into like Chorfs or something. That tends to be the Rebbl progression. But this fella's
that's what I did.
Well, so you're not the only one. Trust me.
Perhaps then Tommy's just trying to get his elf linemen down to the Nurgle pace, because that's what he's used to.
That's why he hasn't sacked the minus moves and the minus agis, because he's used to the slower team.
Yeah.
If you are wanting to avoid spoilers for the game on Crusader Stream, look away now, because it's going to show up. There's a lot of matches going on, actually, at this point.
Yes, there is. And more to come tonight.
Yeah. There's in fact, yeah, there's quite a few games. Oh gosh, Lush M's playing.
No, he's not. He's dicing.
Yeah, but that's fine.
He scored with 3 slan and made an intercept.
Oh, and my favourite things, which is Prees from my division, appears to be beating Rarimbo's Orcs from our 10F recap division, so that's a shame.
Oh, no.
Prees is mean.
Prees is mean.
We're just going to sit here and click this until it happens. Muppetillo is, of course, going to be jumping out of the stream now, because obviously we are casting his game. They are both allowed to sit and watch the previews to get a feel for what we think is going to happen. It's hard, right? I would love to give this to Muppetillo, because obviously I'm fantastically okay with being biased. But it's such an uphill battle, right? This stinks of an elf win, and that's okay. That's good. You know, elves winning is good, because everyone tells me that Agi can't win playoffs, and I tell them that they should tell that to my stairs, frankly. But that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is elves winning is good for everybody, because it makes everybody who thinks that Bash is overpowered wrong.
Now, we can possibly expect some Spanish viewers coming in, Metal. I know Muppetillo is going to be promoting your stream to his Spanish League friends. So hopefully they will be coming in and cheering on the Orcs with us.
I like that. That is good. And we're going to look quickly at the inducements. There is a Guard Black Orc. I like that a lot. Guard Black Orc Loner. And there's a Thrower Loner with Block. I quite like that, because that allows him to counter the Sure Hands.
Exactly.
Sorry, the Strip Ball. That gives him Sure Hands to counter the Strip Ball, which is actually a really big pickup. And he has, of course, got a Wizard, which, you know, if in doubt, just look at that. Come on, right? You look at this pitch. There's one guy who is screaming like to be a lightning rod, isn't there?
I'm not quite sure if he's turn 1 boltable, but he's possibly turn 2 when he gets near the cage.
Is it turn 2 boltable when you're in a position to foul him if the wizard doesn't kill him?
Yes. But no, so that was the plan. At one point, Muppetillo was talking about is not Grashnak, the Strength 4 one.
Varag.
Varak. And we were kind of discussing it a bit, and then we kind of looked towards the Sure Hands threat of the War Dancer, and the amount of inducements meant that he could pick up that block thrower, because realistically, loners shouldn't matter because it's got built-in Sure Hands.
Yeah, you basically the only thing you're ever going to do with it is pick up the ball, right? And you've got to reroll for that.
Yeah. So, are we watching from the?
I'm watching from behind the elves. People cannot accuse me of being biased.
Okay. We'll watch the Orcs charging down the field gloriously. So, based on that pickup from Muppetillo, do you feel that this changes it a bit to any advantage?
I think the elves have still got the advantage of being a very, very strong, nicely built elf team. The kick-off events are going to be massive as well. Cheering fans, that gives them an extra reroll. That is just one more little nail going into Muppetillo's coffin. That's 4 rerolls to 3 for the elves. I don't know, right? If there's a world where, frankly, he could just drop bars on these elves, because they have only got dodge, so he's got block on his Black Orcs, 2 dice, both down.
Yep.
AV7. If AV7 isn't mythical, and we've seen it not be mythical in the past, poor old Spoony Bard learnt the hard way that legend of AV7 not breaking, not actually that true.
The only thing is, I think Muppetillo needs to be precise on his blitzing. He almost is forced to try and pick off the non-dodge players as much as possible, unless
like
he rolls
that.
the pulse.
I would like that a lot. Just avoid the blodge players and just smack as many of the easily brought down players as possible, because numbers really does matter against elves. They find it so hard to defend as soon as they start losing bodies. So
now, there is only 2 of those undodge elves. The Count Pierce and the Wrestle one. But I do feel Muppetillo has to be aggressive here, and also, in a way, aggressive fouling. I played not as...
There's a fat
early injury.
Yeah. He's going to be happy with that. Taking the wrestle off the pitch is really quite big.
Nice. Yep, that is very big. As I was saying, I played an elf team possibly slightly more dangerous than this in our division, and I know Muppetillo watched that, and he was speaking to me afterwards. The aggressive fouling game you almost have to take against elves just to get that numbers advantage.
He's gone for the tree. He's both down the tree. Oh. Messages are being sent by Muppetillo here. That's a bold manoeuvre.
I like it because if that tree doesn't get up, it gives the orcs a lot of room. I don't hate that. The tree does not stand up either. It passes take root, but it does not stand up. I like that from Muppetillo.
Yeah, that's... I mean, if this tree doesn't rejoin the action for a few turns, he may have completely removed that defensive threat. And the troll and the tree is like... It's an interesting trade, really, isn't it? I don't hate it.
Well, I think definitely the way it goes, so your tree needs to roll take root and then stand up, whereas the troll just needs that 2+.
Yeah, and it can move away from the tree by a square as well.
Yes. So Tommy Two-Tail taking his time here just to think over what he wants to do. I don't think this is a leap turn. I think this is a turn where you just get a bit of a screen up.
Haringzord is excited already. Going to be, see, he's confirming it. He's late as anything, because I asked this question of your Haringzord about 10 minutes ago. You're right. They're both former playoff coaches. One Nurgle, one Necro. And, like, Muppetillo has already shown he's willing to take the measured players, which was, like, focus on the wrestler, because he doesn't have blodge and things like that, and just trying to get the numbers advantage. But he's also willing to take the slightly riskier players, which is a troll both downing a tree. Because that can go very wrong.
It's almost like you have a word for that sort of play, isn't it, Metal?
I did drop the bold, and if anyone does sub in chat, drop the bold on that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is going to be another great game. I will be interested to just see, having not watched Tommy Two-Tall's division, how aggressive he is.
He's gone in with Frenzy Ward answer.
That
Black Orc's getting shoved around. He's actually got knocked out. So he's probably instantly going to die, because that's how Muppetillo's Orcs work against elves. He survived, which... Oh, he levelled as well! Oh. The Schuber grabbed a level off of that casualty, which is, as I say, Muppetillo, either way, win or loss, is going to be happy with that result, because Black Orcs have been the thing he's tried so very hard all season to get into a great spot. Yeah.
Although we do know that famous quote of "nice level, idiot," which may come to suffice in the 15 turns still to go.
Yeah, like I said, they are absolutely his kryptonite, so it'll be interesting to see if Tommy Two-Tall can leverage that. And like I say, I like his instant positioning down the pitch with Beanvolio to kind of wrap around the back of the Orcs, and they've got to be really careful when assembling the cage. If they leave any kind of a gap for even a 1 dice, that guy will be in there.
It does also leave, though, Muppetillo the option to come round and go for the dice on Beanvolio and set up a foul and just re-cage in the middle.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that too.
Tommy Two-Tail, he has to be careful he doesn't isolate so many one-man elves that Muppetillo can just go at them one at a time and remove them.
I feel like Black Orcs are going to be tagging elves one for one a lot across the pitch. He needs to get away from this tree, however, in case it does stand back up.
Mm-hmm. I imagine we'll probably just be taking a small step forward. The leap are still quite far back. Obviously, Bean Volio is that threat as well that you were saying through the middle. So it'll be interesting to see how Mupatello feels he wants to go here, whether he wants to take some pitch yardage or just recenter.
And the one thing I do like, and I think it's super important to note this, and we didn't mention it so far, is it might seem weird inducing a Black Orc, because you don't need the strength against elves. Strength 4 is super nice, and it does make orcs so much better in brawls, but, you know, they don't tend to have a lot of guards, so Strength 4 to bully them around, not actually as big of a deal as you might think. That being said, what he's actually given himself with the induced guard player is a guard on 2 cage corners, which means that the elf of legends, Junie Plet, cannot find a 1-dice leap. He'll always be hitting uphill as long as he keeps his Blitzer and his Black Orc on opposite corners.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
also, with the picking up the Sure Hands block thrower, it means that he's needing that POW or defender with dodge. So it's the 1 in 3, but need to find that on red dice.
suddenly, yeah, it becomes massively more difficult. He needs to, like I say, we're going to see the positioning of the guard be key. And this is, we've already, oh, there we go. That's the setup. Instantly moving. So the ball's going to come in the middle of these two. And I think no matter what happens on the pitch, 99% of his time you're going to see these two guards taking on those opposite flanks.
Definitely. I wouldn't hate at some point if that tree does stand up, seeing Azram the loner coming across and just standing on the tree.
Hey, dude, go talk to a tree, man. And he's like, oh, why? Why me?
He's an orc. He doesn't have the awareness to question it. He's just told, stand by tree. Okay.
Kill tree. Glory.
Kill tree with faith.
It'll work for 3 or 4 turns, but if it works for 3 or 4 turns, that buys him enough time to get himself into potentially a good pitch position and maybe remove a few more elves.
The last thing I think Mupatello wants is that tree to stand up this turn, and then next turn base 3 Black Orcs.
Yeah, that would be... He needs to get... If the tree stands up, he really needs to get the troll to just mark the tree and potentially have that be his answer. If it doesn't stand up, maybe disengaging it and then sticking the lineman in is just value for cash. Basman's Grob's in the house, cheering on his 10A buddy.
Yep. Basman's was watching the Dice Lord game of Lewisham. I presume Lewis has diced his opponent enough.
Harring's on, which division was Tommy from? I didn't quite cast... He lost, apparently. Oh my god. Despite turning over the opponent with 3 players on the pitch. Rough. The tree's up. That is a little bit bad news for Mupatello. Good news for Tommy.
It is.
That basically neuters the troll.
It does, but I think if you're Mupatello and you know that the troll is just going to take care of the tree of the game, it's not terrible, because your troll in this match is probably your least reliable feature. And if it takes out one of their stronger players, you take that almost, I think.
He looks like he's actually setting up to fight the Black Orcs.
I'm not a big fan. The one thing is, Black Orcs look appealing to punch. They very rarely are. Because if you look at the number of elves this is taking up.
Yeah, look at them. They're just sat there cracking their knuckles. They're loving the idea of a fight.
Yep.
But I mean, he does need to be careful, of course. You give up too many blocks, even with AV9. AV9 is fantastic, of course. Too many hits, and you will break eventually. He's actually given the troll. He doesn't even need to sacrifice one of his players now to stand up the troll. I feel like that push direction would have been better being straight onwards to the tree's diagonal, because then the Black Orc, now it didn't break armor, will stand up, and then the troll activates for free, essentially.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would have liked to have seen that position moving. Mupatello here is going to have the choice next turn, though, of what he wants to do. Tommy also trying to push him down the tree side of the pitch.
Yeah, orcs stuck on trees are kind of useless.
Yeah, but Mupatello's got the numbers. He doesn't have to. He can try and fight his way through the middle a bit more. Yeah,
there's definitely a few players. There's at least one player giving up a hit to a Black Orc here.
There's at least 2. Depending on the Blitz here. Blitz is good.
That is going to reduce the number of hits incoming by 1.
Yep, it will be a dodge out, though.
As Harrington says in chat, Tommy, big kudos for him. 110C, finishing above Luminous. So that's actually a big result, because Luminous might be playing Vamps, but Lumi is one of the best coaches we have in Rebbl. I have no qualms with announcing that. That is, to my mind,
by far, yeah,
an inalienable fact. He's just so good at this game.
Ben Volio coming further up the pitch here to also reinforce that pushing. I'm not sure the elves here, because originally I thought they were trying to push the orcs down the tree side. Now
I think they're just trying to shepherd them. They're basically trying to say, you go where we want you to go, and they're trying to corral them a little bit like sheepdog. Like they're like orcs are the sheep here, and the elves are the sheepdogs.
Yes,
and I quite like it. It's great position.
They are leaving a lot of space down the left-hand side here for the orcs to take if they want.
There's snap instant punch on that player. It didn't. No surprise to anyone that there's an orc in base contact. Orc punch.
Yes, and follow up.
Big easy TP's in the house. Big sleepy TP. He is no stranger to dead orcs after last night. His orcs were some of the most fragile orcs I've ever seen outside of Muppetillo's team.
I mean, Big Easy deserved everything he got, though, for not leaping his orc, if I remember correctly, against the halflings.
It died.
Yeah.
We're going to see, I think, Coach Ab stand up, and that's going to activate the troll, and the tree's suddenly going to have some friends to play with. My brain was even more fragile. Fair.
I'm thinking Muppetillo was thinking about blitzing through the tree here. I think that's why it's taken him so long, because he can bring the root through. So if he stands up, gets the ogre up, the troll up rather, he can bring guard round and cage almost to the left of the tree.
Chat want a fireball on the elves. I don't think an incoming nuke is the one. I'll never forgive myself for the lack of orc leaping. You had one job, Big Easy. One job. There we go. Using the guard.
We're just going to go for the fight. A nice blitz on one of the undodging elves.
They are pretty. They're standing up to the pain, though. These guys are tough.
Yeah. Are going to have an interesting spot where this guard goes, though, because we do have a black orc at the front. The troll doesn't stand up, though.
That's not the one. That's a bad stupid.
The question is, will the black orc stand up to take the hit or not?
I feel like he's actually... There we go. He's ensured that there's guard in every square. So there's three attacks. There's three avenues of attack on that thrower, and every single one of them was within guard. As long as he keeps doing that, it's going to make life difficult for Tommy, and Tommy's going to have to play the screening attrition game and just praying that his armor holds out whilst he gets blitzed through. I quite like it.
Oh, Black Orc dodge.
Casual as you like. I mean, it's a 4+, that's okay.
Yeah, it's better than getting hit by the tree.
That's very true.
The ground does not have Mighty Blow.
I'm a little concerned that the tree is going to move into this gap next to the Blodger and the two Black Orcs, and then suddenly the tree's going to become a real issue for Muppetillo.
Well, we're getting a foul here on one of the elves that's name is Count Pyrrhus, with no effect.
That was a 3. At least it wasn't a send-off. That is good for Muppetillo, but these elves are holding up to abuse.
I would think from Muppetillo's point of view, not scoring on his drive won't be the worst thing, as long as he holds the wizard and he can force the elves to score quickly.
Or do enough damage. There we go, the tree going exactly where we predicted.
Yes.
That's a lot of orcs tied down now.
It is, but it does mean the tree is very likely to take a 2 dice hit next turn back from one of the Black Orcs.
He has come round and marked the guard. This suggests
a sack.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a sack or if he's just trying to pick off a cage corner and look towards just trying to slow down the cage by actually basing the back side of it, and just if you keep knocking down the players at the back of the cage, your progression just doesn't exist. Orc armor holding though, so that's the one good news.
For Muppetillo at least, yeah.
Spoony Bar just wants everyone to die. Spoony watching, as you say, intently, because he is ultimately, for every player that does die in this game, he's the ultimate winner.
If you watched Beanie Bar's team last night, he wasn't the ultimate winner. Despite the result, he was still the loser of that game.
Well, let's not talk about too much about that result because obviously we are still under NDA. Well, yeah.
More than 24 hours.
Yeah, okay, 24. Yeah, alright, I'll accept. Close.
Yes.
Close.
I think I finally survived and recovered from that final turn, though. Only just. The elves here, I'm not sure if they know what they're doing now.
Yeah, it's everything's worked for them so far.
Well, just with the tree going in and the quick base of the back of the cage, it seemed that they had, right, we've got a plan, we're going to do it. And now they're maybe just going to back off and rescreen.
I'm unsure of what the plan here is because... Hey, Mipregi, how's it going, dude? I just don't know. Maybe just pick off the rookie lineman with a War Dancer Blitz? The loner, even?
Yeah, because I'm not a fan of marking the cage if you're not going to do much else. Because all you're doing is saying to the Orcs, bring one player here and get a 2 free dice on Beyond Volio.
Yeah, just please smack my man. And it's like,
yeah.
Well, yeah,
and
okay.
I don't like this because it just frees up more Orcs.
I reckon he's going to fight the tree. Bison, I agree, it's a very, very nice War Dancer. It would be a shame if
something happened.
Thor, the god of thunder, dropped a lightning bolt from the heavens down on his head and smote him.
Yes. Smote him, oh, mighty smotiful one.
But there's a quite simplistic 2 dice on the tree with block from a Black Orc here, so that may see some, well, at least the tree back on its ass.
Yeah.
Do trees have asses?
Stumps.
I'm unsure. I don't know how that one shakes down, really.
The thing is here, you can commit to putting another assist on this tree because once you get that tree, if you get it down, you can then take T-Ball out of commission and move right through that big zone.
Yeah, you can kind of run through that area, can't you? Because
and you're caging up to the left when all the elves are on the right.
I might even like a blitz from Gertab onto T-Bolt. Because that would then give you enough players, if the troll stands up, to find the 2 dice without committing anyone else, and that would leave Rain, the blitzer, free to move up as well. The one downside being, of course, Forest would either have to dodge to keep the double guard in play, or to not move the cage for a turn, which, if the tree stuck back up, would completely destroy any player.
And you would also have to get a knockdown on T-Ball, because you need to remove your tab up, and not to say that they're listening in, but that makes that move a bit less likely.
If the tree's wearing pants, it must have an ass. That's some fat logic coming from Shawman. The troll is up after both downing a tree on the first turn. Turn 4, he has decided he wants to play Moblin Ball.
He did what he needed. Nice to see Sean Man turning up for the Season 9 play-ins on time.
Is this Season 12? No.
Oh, no, a big pile here on the dodge guard.
That's massive, actually, yeah.
No break, though.
God damn it, McNugget, you're just a touch ahead of us.
I'll slow down a quick wee second then.
Yeah, he's actually going for some basing. Orc, base.
I don't hate a foul coming in on that guard piece.
I would love to foul the guard piece, personally, because you're going to stand this guy up anyway, Gertab. You're probably finding a way to smack the tree. And, yeah, even a cheeky wee 1 assist with your lineman is enough with AV7 that it's a risk.
No bribe, though, so I'm not sure if Muppetillo's willing to risk losing the players this early.
I think we've already seen a foul come out of him, and he fouled a lineman last time. This guy's got guard. This is a much bigger threat.
It does look like we are going to clear off the Beyond Volio and get a fat pow.
The Orcs induced a rookie. The Orcs induced a Merc Black Orc. Hello, that's a break. Just a stun. I'll teach him for marking up good old Orc cages. There is still no gap. There's one gap this War Dancer can get in. This could be a mistake from Muppetillo, although if he moves Adren forward a square, that will negate that threat, of course, because that'll force the available squares to... That was a 1 dice. I don't know if I like that hat.
It was a bit bold. and a dodge with dodge. Space is still on though. There
He
is
needs to
still
fill.
that gap.
He needs to fill. I don't like this.
I don't
Actually,
know if
to be
he's trying
fair,
to
no.
bait.
That rain is filling that. It's almost an eye cage in there. So rain is negating the one dice.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Meperegi. We've got a loner thrower with block, and we've got a loner black orc with guard to try and make up the numbers and skill differential.
And a wizard.
And a wizard. Thor or Rincewind, depending on your possible result.
The Wood Elves as well got the +1 fame.
And the orcs have not left their... a couple of orcs have left their half, but the ball certainly has not. That leaves them with 4 turns remaining. Quite a distance to travel.
Yeah, I would presume we'll see the Wood Elves just go into the natural screen cage, the column defense, because forcing the orcs to get anywhere fast in 4 turns is going to be quite tough for them.
Interesting as well, we haven't actually seen a single reroll spent in what is now 8 turns of play, which is a thing.
Yeah. The elves here perhaps just going to try and base more of the cage.
I think we're going to see an attack, probably on this orc on the corner. He's going to try and force... And yeah, that knockdown's quite large. Still only giving him an uphill, thanks to the guard, but he has now based the ball carrier, which is something.
It seems quite heavy commitment here from the Wood Elves that they need to do something now, otherwise the orcs are going to be able to tie them up and take a lot of hits back.
Yeah, they're actually not achieving too much with this.
No. I'm not sure if I think the elves need to go for the ball this quickly. The orcs are still in quite a solid block, whereas I would have perhaps waited a few more turns to force them into some quicker movement then struck.
I would agree, Rex, in chat. No, he's not. Oh, the tree is rooted. So, I mean, to be fair, the tree is rooted and it is based by a lot of orkies. So, technically it's doing its job. Although that one, it just freed an orc up. I may have considered, if it was later in the turn, of both downing the black orc to free yourself back up, but that would be like troll level bravery.
Yes.
But yeah, as Rex, I fully agree. The Merc block thrower is a brilliant pickup when you've got such a threat as Juniplet on the pitch. And yeah, Zod, I fully agree. That was what I think that was what Bean Volio's aim was to do. He was trying to slow down the cage moving up, to stop Forrest from following the ball and providing that guard assist. Didn't work out well for him, and he got stunned off the back of it. And there isn't really an attack on ball yet.
There needs to be something though, because if the Wood Elves don't get some players in front of the cage, it's a very simple clear off and take a lot of ground.
Now he has freed up a bunch of players. There's still some hits available, but he's freed up a fair amount.
He's going very heavy on the basing here though.
Yeah, it's the orc counterplay. Base, and the orcs are like, whoa.
Base.
Work done.
We do have at least 4 orcs though behind the ball that are doing nothing and not pinned, so we do at least have a full cage spare players.
The problem is, if Muppetolo fails anything in this next turn, it could be on for Tommy Toothall.
Yes. Based on what happens with these 2 War Dancers, what I see is the Black Orc that is the loner taking the Lodge Wrestle lineman out of the order and a big push through the middle on the Blitz. Also, bringing both War Dancers beside each other does stop that to an extent, but what you have done is just opened up the Agi movement War Dancers for a possible hit.
Yes, although he does need to find a POW because, unfortunately, there is 0 tackle remaining on this team. He is cursing the death of that POM tackle blitzer, I think, at this point.
The only other option would be is to bring some guard to the left side and try to clear off T-Bolt and the guard dodger and make your break through that wee gap there.
He's definitely, I mean, Tommy Toothall is asking a lot of questions of Muppetolo, and it's an interesting set of play because this, with a lot of knockdowns and some damage, could go very, very wrong for Tommy. But
Yes.
if Muppetillo can't put the puzzle together in the right order, it could basically end his drive here. Anything, if he hits the wrong player, moves players in the wrong position, or fails a dice, like Tommy is going to be all over this like a rash.
The other option you have, in fact, is to come round and blitz the catcher to chain push Ochuba and the thrower in. Yep, you've seen it.
Not firing the power, though.
I don't think he needed the power. I think this is more about getting the guard to take more of the hits and to give him more of a space.
Yeah. Like I said, the only worry is he's potentially got a hit with the unskilled throw, or the loner thrower here, and if that's a double skull, my god, is that catastrophic.
Yeah, he does have the Blackhawk though that can take the hit. Ochuba, or was he just stood up?
He just stood up.
Yeah. So you are probably looking at the thrower then, or the guard loner.
Shaman in chat, imagine these Orcs making it to playoffs and going up against a Div 1 team. We've seen what happens when that happens. Anteater Reborn wandered into playoffs with some very, very rookie Orcs one time, and it didn't go the best. It wasn't his best experience in Blood Bowl, I believe. He put up a fight, but Liam Coulson kind of took him apart.
Yes, that nasty Morka Jr.
He has to clear up some of these players though, because he's given up hits on his cage, and he's done it.
Coming big here on the thrower.
Oh, that's scary though.
It is.
That's a 3 dice. That's not a knockdown either.
No.
Oh, it was Puppy. Sorry, it was Puppy, not Anteater. You are correct, Zord.
Zord, of course, the hardest working man in Rebbl, and knowing all the facts.
I rely on him for things like that. He's good at it.
I imagine we'll wait to see the troll take on the tree again.
It's a 1 dice though, isn't it? Oh no, it isn't. He's freed it up. It's a 2 dice now.
Yep.
Let's punch a tree, boys. That's a knockdown.
Indeed.
Root this. Bonk.
That is the only thing. It does take away the take root if it gets up, but it does not.
It re-rooted. But it has stood back up.
Stands up. Yes.
It's like they helped him out by unrooting him. He re-rooted immediately, but he got back to his feet. That is actually bad news for Muppetillo. He was praying for a failed stand-up there, I think.
Yeah.
James is right in chat. Anteater, that's the fact I was on about with Anteater. 1 season of Orcs into a 3 to 4 season old Nurgle Chaos and Necro teams, and he's been ripping things up in there. Been doing really well for himself in Big O.
Now, here's the thing. You can actually push that thrower into a blitzable position here by chain pushing the guard Blackhawk.
He's got enough guard that he can cause serious problems. And that's... Yeah, there we go. If he follows up, he then pushes again with the dodge guard, and this thrower is flapping in the wind like a sheet.
Yep. And you do have the elves to tear around the side, get the blitz, and recover, because Bean Volio is still free. He just has to chain push this right.
Tenny screwed Muppetillo for this.
Yeah, Tenny watched Muppetillo and me fight for the top 2 places, and when we got there, decided, we'll just kill your teams now for playing.
We're going to kill your best players.
Yes.
Does every game to have what else possibly ArchXL? How's it going, buddy? Congratulations in locking the Rebbl 1 buy spot. It's a long time coming, and it's really nice to see, I think. But yeah, I'd bring Bean Volio in, and then it's all about Junipliet, isn't it? Wham bam, thank you, Ergarg.
Yep, and you also have... Oh, I would have left the catchers for recovery.
I felt like that. Well, then again, maybe
he's going to blitz with Bean Volio, but I would have liked to have seen Bean Volio mark and come in with Juniper and use the catcher to recover.
To be fair, I think if he comes in from this side, there's less good scatters for the Orcs. Hitting from the other direction could have really screwed up the elf. But this way...
2 dice leak there.
Oh,
and that's a big KO.
That's a massive KO on the armor value 8 thrower. That is really problematic right now. And that scatter that's as good as gone.
Yes.
He's got Agi5. He doesn't care about tackle zone.
And he can screen it as well. To the point where even if the Orcs use the bolt, they probably can't recover.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the Orcs don't even want to wizard at this point. What they probably do is allow the touchdown and just try and murder as many elves as possible and pray that they can use the wizard for a turnover in the second half.
Yeah.
It's never game, not this early. Like, the Orcs could kill, like, 6
Oh,
elves.
there is a failed pickup, though.
If we get another 1...
Oh, we don't.
That was his reroll from kickoff, he's fine.
First reroll used by either team. And I don't agree with that. You don't need to throw the ball away.
I mean, that completely puts it out of Orc hands. There's no one who can get on that.
But nobody could get on it before, and all you're doing now is saying, I still need to pick that ball up to rescore.
He's proven he can't pick it up, any as well.
I mean, you deserve to be punished now by not picking that ball up.
Yeah, double
Because
one.
there was no reason to throw it away.
I think the reason
I'm sorry,
was... I personally think I understand where he's coming from, and his decision to throw it was basically saying, please don't lightning bolt my dancer. If he had the ball, it's more tempting for Muppetillo to drop the lightning bolt. To drop the ball. Whereas now he doesn't have the ball. Yeah, Superfed in chat is joining on that one as well. It's the please don't fry me player.
I understand, but I even think Muppetillo doesn't use the bolt even if it has the ball because he can't recover. And he knows it's just wasting the bolt.
I kind of agree, but I don't hate the play. It really is a case of, I think he was just wanted to drop the variance.
Yeah. I would find it hilarious, though, if they didn't pick up the ball now.
Ah, so would I. I'd also find it hilarious if he randomly just lightning bolted the one answer at the end of the
one
turn
answer
anyway.
And then got the ball back and threw it up the pitch like Spoonie.
Just fry it. Send a message about his message. It was great play, though, from Tommy. I really enjoyed watching this, the elf defense here, just continue to force the Orcs into a smaller and smaller area, and then go, well, now you're here, by the by, what are you going to do to stop me from chain pushing? Yeah, that he set up. He knew what he was doing ahead of time. He set up the chain push play on that throw about 2 turns in advance, and everything he was doing was pushing the Orcs into a position where their setup forced the chain push to allow the throw out, and I think that was really, really well played. I'm a fan of elf play, and I really enjoyed it. And the tree's back down again.
The tree's back down.
Tree update, tree down.
I agree, yeah. I think he has went very well about his defence. It has been helped, though, it must be said, that the elf armour, apart from the first hit, has been proved very difficult to break.
Yeah, the elves did not buy from Haringslaw, did they?
No. And Orcs doing the one thing that they can't do.
Don't do that, my little friend. He can't re-roll it to Lorna. Well, he could have re-rolled it. To be fair, he absolutely could have re-rolled it. He had 3 turns and 3 re-rolls. So there was 0
reason
loss on re-rolling that.
No, Orcs can't GFI in Rebbl. I mean, you get plus movement or plus strength Orc throwers, but you can't GFI. That's the nega trait to the Rebbl Orcs.
They're not fast, are they?
No.
Yeah, it's here is your plus strength thrower on the door, but you don't ever try and GFI him because they always skip a leg there. Essentially, the tree hasn't tried to stand up yet, though. I think that should always be first action with Wood Elves. It costs you nothing.
And it also lets you know what sort of position you're in, whether you have a behaving tree or not.
All on the flip side, the argument could be made that he knows he's got 3 turns and 3 rerolls, so he's doing all of the other stuff first to allow a failure state, and then maybe if the guy doesn't stand up, he can then re-roll the stand up because it's a loner. It doesn't matter because you've got the re-roll.
Yes.
Take root passes, stand up fails. The troll has been freed. Dobby the troll is a free elf. Maybe.
Somebody got a sock for him.
I don't think he'd know it. He'd probably eat it.
Yes, probably. And the elf's running the ball in and taking the early score. We just scored this quick, the metal.
I kind of feel like he was concerned he couldn't protect it.
Yeah. And
he was definitely looking to protect. There was a couple of elves who were very, very sandwiched that he was not getting out of that position. And those elves were going to get pushed around and punched in the head a lot. 3D chess gems, keeping the reroll for the riot. The Orc Thrower, as is Orc Thrower tradition, stays out. But 1-0 to Tommy. And it's a big ask for a 2-turn touchdown without a thrower.
Indeed, you're going to have to see just how aggressive the Orcs can be here. You also have to be careful, though, with the Juniper on the pitch that you don't overcommit trying to force the 2-turn, and that 1-0 scoreline can quickly become 2-0.
Yeah, 1-0 isn't a lost game. 2-0 in your own drive is bad news bears.
Yes.
I also think he's learned his lesson about committing to the tree, because he's now not got the troll on the tree.
Nope. I do hope that he realises he has a non-loner on the bench, though, and swaps it for the loner, which he has not done.
The Tommy Two Tolls. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh!
Oh gosh. Actually, not terrible. Although that scatter.
That scatter makes it possibly worse than it was.
There's basically like that sends a message that, you know, you're picking up with Zeus and you're re-rolling 100% if you fail that pickup.
I almost think you have to pick up and throw.
No, dropouts from planes, play their opponents, play the also guys who dropped out.
Yes.
He's now got the troll as a guard cage corner as well, as assuming it doesn't go dumb. So that's something.
Yeah. I don't know if Muppetillo is slightly tilted, also saying that he does have 2 loner orcs on the pitch with a non-loner one on the bench.
You know what I wouldn't hate to see? The troll running at the plus RG plus movement war dancer.
And just rolling a bow.
No, not even the troll blitzing him, but maybe, or just Deshuba running up and smacking it for 2 dice without even committing the troll guard. If you find a pow on him and actually manage to break armor, I mean, you're fishing, but at this point, it's all gone a bit wrong anyway. And, you know, if you can do some damage, even an MNG is asking a lot of an apple. That's a 50-50 chance that he's never coming back.
I think before you do anything, you have to pick up that ball.
Yes.
Because you can't. I think you always have to pick it up and throw it, just to get it secure. And I think that's what's the wee slight delay here with Muppetillo, that he's thinking that.
Oh God.
Oh.
Senor Dolph has died again.
We have an issue, Metal.
What?
Muppetillo just PM'd me. Tommy's client has crashed.
That's not the one. There's not a lot we can do. He just needs to try and reconnect as soon as humanly possible. Zod, are you free and available? This looks like a problem. Pausing doesn't help holes. It doesn't. It visually pauses the timer, but it doesn't actually pause the timer.
Yeah, because it still counts on his opponent's system timing out.
Mm-hmm. Because Tommy doesn't pause the timer.
Yeah.
One. Rosaline, but bigger than that is the fact that the elves are 1-0 up.
Yeah.
And have only used 1 reroll in 6 turns. We need a reconnect, and we need to hope that... God, I hate that we can't save pitch state, you know?
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest requests, that if they ever manage to...
You can manually start a game at a different turn than 1, yeah. Because that's all you would need, is just put it manually start a turn. Like, go to turn 7, put all players in position.
Hopefully he can reconnect. I don't know if Zod has reached out to him yet, or if you are in contact with Tommy.
I've got contact with Muppetillo. I've told him to keep us in touch, but also to get a see if they can get reconnected. Perhaps this is Nuffle's punishment for punting the ball from the Wood Elves.
He did say he didn't like that and he was going to get punished. I don't think we expected him to be his system to be smited.
DDoSed by Nuffle.
The Spanish contingent have dropped the
The
internet
Spanish
attack.
hacks. The Spanish hacks.
Nobody expects the Spanish disconnect. That's the 4-minute timer, by the by. One more minute.
I can hear the mariachi bands in the background. Clan Taco is up to no good.
I still think Chimiclanga is the best one.
Chimiclanga, yes. But could you imagine having to try and fit a team name after Chimiclanga?
Well, I think you just call it Clan Chimmy.
Clan Chimmy.
My favourite is when the Spanish people play Blood Bowl. Nobody expects the Spanish in position.
I like it.
Well, Hulls, Muppetillo is actually Spanish. He runs... There we go, we've got activity. The play is returned. Muppetillo, you may not know, but he runs Liga Hispania, which is the Spanish Blood Bowl... What is it? It's the Spanish Blood Bowl.
It's like the main Spanish.
Yeah.
It's the El Rebelo.
El Rebbl.
El Rebel of Spain.
This ball is so unsafe. There's just nowhere to protect from Uniplet. It's so scary.
It's going to be the biggest 3+3+3+ of the game.
Of Muppetillo's life. Oh god, that's not the place you start. He's got it, but what's he doing with it? It's not even a 3+ either. That's a 4+ if he's going to punt it. Oh, just toss GFIs. Oh, he's done it. Holes, bless his pasties.
Ay, ay, ay. No mas.
No mas. No mas.
I will also point out to the audience that Muppetillo and me have a special Spanish relationship on our recaps, so...
Yeah, we definitely... He's you know, it's all in good spirits.
I am learning Spanish as I recap, just for Muppetillo.
Whole School of Orc. Just fling the thing. It's fine.
Here's the thing. If you get that into position, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7...
Right, his only scoring threat currently is Adren. He can put the ball here, on the back corner of the Black Orc, and that will keep the ball carrier as a scoring threat as well. Spanish relationship, yeah. You know what? Muppetillo's a great guy. He's got a great sense of humour, and it's you can't. You've got to. That's not where you stand. That's where the ball stands. This is becoming a just blitz the scoring threat.
Does Muppetillo know it's turn 7?
No, that's what I'm saying. This is the no one expects Spanish relations.
Because even the loner's not in position to GFI.
Well, no, here's the thing, right? He doesn't need to hit the ball at this point. He can.
No, you just blitz the blitzer.
He can frenzy blitz Adren, and even push into push stops the score completely.
Yeah. Yes, it is interesting. I was surprised that he didn't at least try to push the loners further up to be a second scoring threat.
I think he's coming in with a frenzy. He needs to use this frenzy player because if Uniplet doesn't knock down, Adren's still a scoring threat. If frenzy gets involved, you can just push all the way to stop the score.
He does need to knock him down, or at least get the push on the frenzy to keep him out of range, though.
Yeah.
So if there is pushes, there needs to be.
It's possible he's forgot there's a riot. I will confess. Riot is one of my biggest undoings in Blood Bowl. I completely come apart whenever there's a riot because I don't tend to use the turn timer. I have like an internal clock of how many turns I've taken. It's stupid. It's not the smart play at all, but it's definitely, you know, mentally how I track what's going on. And if there's a riot, I always end up like in the wrong place. He's using the frenzy. I like this a lot.
Here we go. That's not good enough though.
Gotta re-roll that. 1
is.
at 9. That's definitely good enough. That stopped the score short of a chain push on essentially a lineman loner, which is literal terror. And there's no one to chain push.
No. I mean, you just literally keep Count Pierce down on the floor at this point.
Yeah, you probably just allow whatever Patillo's going to do because there's no touchdown coming. Yeah, I obviously always put a Woody downfield because Woody's are made of literal bull. And as we said, quite frankly, if the Elves go down 2-0 on their own drive, it's GG. Really.
Yeah, the Orcs.
Yeah. Sorry, the Orcs go... Yeah, if the Elves go up 2-0 on the Orc drive, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's GG.
As GG. Is no good.
No bueno.
It's no bueno. All of the no bueno. But the Orcs have actually not failed a particular action. Like, other than one pickup. You know, they've not failed a single dodge all game, which has got to feel frustrating for Patillo. And their armour is holding like a boss.
Oh, yeah. I'm just seeing if I can quickly see any chain push potentials here, but I don't think we do have it, unfortunately.
There's nothing he can do to get this ball manoeuvre moving. Because he just doesn't have any skills. That's Patillo's big problem. The loader needs one push, but there's no one to push.
No, so I think at this stage you are just going to make sure that the ball is safe and it's not. It's going to take. You want the Wood Elves not to want to risk the turn 8 cage dive.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you want them to risk it and then pray that everything goes wrong and he rolls like a double one on the leap or a double skull after he re-rolls the one on the leap.
Yeah. But to that said, I would like to see some marks going in on the scoring threat. Just to make that catch a bit more difficult.
Send Zeus down.
Jesus. Zeus the third, of course. You can tell which of the blitzers has been getting punished the most by 10A.
I remember when he was a pommer.
Yeah. Zeus the first. Those were the days, Metal. Week 3.
week 3. He didn't die. Zeus is not dead. Week 4. Zeus is dead. Week 10. Zeus is dead again. Potentially, he just needs to chuck. He can't even blitz the war dancers. They're super set up right well right now. He's going for the 3 dice, so he's probably going to re-roll this. Oh, he doesn't need to. Found a pow. But again, the armour just holds.
Yeah, you can't argue too much against Orcs here when the amount of punches they've put in against these Wood Elves and broken. Not even broke it. You know, it's been one removal, but
these elves are made of steel. I think you foul that just because. You need to play. If you're trying to play the numbers game, the numbers have not been playing out for you at all.
No. In front of what I see, that is the only. No, there is only 2 catchers on the Wood Elf team, so getting rid of one of them is at least helpful.
They're definitely taking a lot of blocks. I don't disagree with that, but they are AV9 to AV7, and they're setting up to try and force blocks. But every time they get hit, they just fall down. Suddenly, it's very difficult.
I think they could have taken more punches, but the sense of every time that they've got the elves down, bar one, they've hit an awful lot of elves to the floor.
They've stunned one elf and they've cast one elf, and that was it.
Yeah.
Elves, because of their play line, gave up a fair amount of blocks. He's not fouling. Things Metal doesn't like.
He maybe doesn't want to risk the players in case the loner doesn't come back. I'm not sure, unless he wants to go foul heavy next half.
I think his big thing is he doesn't want to risk exposing the ball to the sack.
Yeah.
Reroll that. There's no reason to not reroll that. It's 50% chance that you don't take an armor break. Reroll it. Oh gosh! Why didn't you reroll it?
Why didn't you reroll that?
There was no reason to not reroll that.
And all those people in chat that believe dice are dice, that would have been a successful dodge.
And he didn't apple it.
Nope.
Can we taste some Spanish tilt?
I'm not sure what's happened to Patillo here in the last couple of turns.
First he only set up one scoring threat, and then there's literally no reason to conserve a reroll. I mean, what else? 2 rerolls, 0 turns. punished so brutally for it, though.
Yeah.
I thought that Basman, but I don't. There's no logic I can apply to not re-rolling that dodge. Oh, well, that's always nice to see, isn't it? He's going for a cheeky uphill surf, I think.
Yes, indeed.
A skull would be a shame right now, wouldn't it? I might not even throw the block. He's mental.
Oh.
I might have even taken the push, right?
No.
No, listen, hear me out.
I know why, but you can't risk the double push next.
I know, but would it not be hilarious if you rolled the skull because you allowed the push? Come on.
It would, but it would have been hilarious if you got the double push and killed your blitzer.
Yeah, but he's got an apple.
Depends if you use it. I could understand not appoing the Black Orc though, because realistically you might want to save it for the blitzers for a bit more speed. Because at the moment you've been taking more of the damage from the elves.
No, they've taken as much damage as each other, really.
A Kaz and a KO.
I suppose, yeah. They've only got one Kaz. I don't know. I would have maybe liked to have seen the push. Just swag points to watch him roll a skull. Because, frankly, him rolling a skull is as good as you rolling a power on him, right?
Yeah. And we will need to see if the
thrower stares out. He is not earning his wages. And we're now a Black Hawk down as well. Black Hawk down.
I like how we both went straight to that.
Yeah.
But hey, the Orcs still have the Wizard.
I think we need to... They have a Wizard, but I think we need to ask Moptillo after the fact what the logic on that play line was, because not re-rolling feels like a giant mistake. When you've got... you got re-rolls to burn. I don't know, hey, the floor doesn't have Mighty Blow, but come on.
But you still take 2 goes at not eating the floor.
Yeah.
Also the fact of keeping the loner on the pitch and not the normal player. I don't know if Muppetillo after the score has just lost his focus and just kind of went a bit autopilot or a bit rushed.
Spoonie, I would argue that Woodies feel good whenever their armour holds, frankly.
Yeah.
It is... No, you know what, Tyranno? That's absolutely the thing. It's like when you're on like turn 8 or something, or turn 7. Turn 7 and like you've got 2 rerolls and it's your last action and it's a big guy and he boneheads and you're like... you instantly hit skip, right? Because it's muscle memory. But actually when you stop and think about it, it's turn 7, you've got 2 rerolls. Why not take the 50-50 to reroll Lorna, right?
Yeah. And there was no reason not to re-roll that, because if you re-roll it and it failed, you're still going on the floor.
I would argue breaking, that's almost a mark of the very best players in the business. Are the ones that don't have that mental thing and that can always assess a situation and override that muscle memory almost to...
Yeah, the ones
to make the players
don't...
that look a bit weird but actually make a ton of sense.
Yeah, it's almost those players that don't ever get into a routine because they never kind of are just autopilot in this game.
Yeah,
are the ones that do that. And you know what I mean? I've watched a lot of streamers that kind of go, oh, I'm just going to do this, because they do it every game and it works a lot of the times in them, and it doesn't work. They don't know how. It's not worked.
I've spotted a cheeky player. And I really like this. If Tommy is thinking what I'm thinking, look at this setup a second, McNugget. We've got a Wood Elf who's going to come up onto the sideline. We've got the guard catcher who's going to go into that gap. And we're going to leap and surf a Black Orc. Do you smell that cooking?
I thought you may surf Zeus back into... So what I would like to see is the Frenzy War Dancer to push Zeus 2 squares diagonally down to the left.
That's a lot of rolls, though. I don't know.
It is, but it surfs a blitz. I'd rather see a blitzer off the pitch than a Black Orc.
I don't know. I think I'd prefer to take the Black Orcs. Oh, gosh. It's only a lineman. And he's only stunned.
At least it's not called Haringzord, otherwise it would have died.
Putting extra nails in the coffin, though, right? No, I very much think... Hang on. We're seeing it, I think.
We are.
I am a fan of you, Tommy Too Tall. Sorry, Muppetillo, I want to cheer for you, but hello, that's a KO.
That's a big KO.
Pionio. If he's gonna surf this Black Orc, I love it. I love it so much. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and
'Cause
with that KO as well, it gives you a 2-player advantage, and not to say
A Surf
game,
would give you a
but
3-player advantage as well.
did they not have 11 apiece when they started? I thought Muppet had a 2-man bench.
He did have a 2-man,
But he's
sorry,
done-
but he's down with
yeah,
3. Yeah.
and he's done one himself. So he's actually done one himself, so it would give you an extra player's advantage. And you probably just you'll be able to move around these orcs for the score, but I don't think Muppetilla again. I don't want to say complacency or autopilot, but I think if Muppetilla was playing at his best, he wouldn't have put a Black Orc in a sufferable position.
I think it's forgetting that Frenzy War Dancers are Frenzy War Dancers, and frankly, it's the reason I love Frenzy on... A lot of people call me insane because I do love to take Frenzy on War Dancers, but it's stuff like this that makes me think it's too good to... Look, here he goes. We're in, lads. Are we in?
Does Are we in?
Are we in? He's got the second one.
Does.
That's push.
He needs this one though.
Boom. Goodbye, Coach Ab. And oh wow, that's like one of the first players Muppetilla's ever had surfed in this team's career that hasn't died.
It's possibly one of the first orcs that's half that's not died or had armor break it.
But that's just... I just like Frenzy. Frenzy's a brilliant skill, but Frenzy on a player that can leap and has Blodge as standard is so good.
Definitely, yeah. There is a counter surf possible, Bastions, but it's the value that you're getting from the counter surf doesn't match what they would else have just got there.
Oh no, he's going to counter surf my movement 6 lineman. Woo.
Yeah. Well, no, he can surf the War Dancer.
That's difficult.
Yeah, because you can't get anybody in behind. But if you did that, you could surf the guard on a side step. No.
Sidestep on the guard is too good. That guard player is incredible. I love kick as well because it is. You know, your kick players tend to be linemen on Wood Elves, and linemen tend to die a lot. And putting on a player like that who has Apo rights is actually quite good. Speaking of Frenzy, why do we not have Corn yet? Because Cyanide hate me personally. I'm taking it personally.
I think that's definitely what it is. Cyanide decided to give you closer TV brackets, and spin leagues have to have closer TV brackets, and not give you Con.
Yeah, hate them. They hate me.
Mid-season.
We all do. Well, we all hate me. Thanks, Basmans. Dude. Oh, we were friends.
Basmans with the BM after you ripping on his elf team for being crap all season.
And that's not true.
That is true.
That's not true. I was nice to Basmans. I like Basmans.
The abuse that you gave his linemen for taking kick.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one. Okay. I blame you.
This probably was me, yeah.
Sidestep doing a thing.
Sidestep doing a thing indeed. I'm not sure as the orcs what you can do here, because you can't just base up, and the elves don't need to score.
The elves do not need to score. You know what you do? Really you get to a point where the game starts slipping, and then you lightning bolt Juniplate.
Yeah.
No matter what happens before the end of this half, Juniplate is taking a lightning bolt. And I think as Tommy, you need to be coming to terms with that, because it's probably going to happen more than once in this player's career.
I think as Tommy, you try to score as quickly as possible, just to then put Juniplate in the backfield. And
I'm sorry, you could
put
Juniplate here, and I would lightning bolt him. Yeah, as James says, you bolt and then spam foul. Is it spiteful? Yes. Is it deserved?
Is it worth it?
Also, yes.
Yes.
And he knows it. That's life as a Wood Elf coach. That's not a POW.
That's not anything, sadly.
You could taste the frustration and the desire to reroll. Oh my word, he could actually surf this guy now if he wants to.
Yep.
Brought the dancer to a fungus fight. He's the one that brought that dancer. It's not just a dancer, it's that dancer.
The tree doing as much as it's did all game and took root in that one spot.
To be fair, the tree has made that spot its own, but on the flip side, the tree did so much in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if that dancer rolls strength, oh Jesus, is all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, Juniper, yeah.
That's how you know there's no god, right?
See, when people say that like they don't like elves and stuff, this is why.
Yeah, it is. It so is.
Like, this is why people hate elves more than Clawpalm, because at least Clawpalm has a good chance to like perhaps not break your armor or stuff like that. But you can't interfere with Agi5.
There's not a lot you can do, is there?
No.
It's just so gross. Agi5 on any player is amazing. I actually think we could surf if we wanted to be super cheeky. Right, you bring Juniper over behind and you leap over the top of this blitzer, yeah? You get behind the line. I don't think you need to leap, you can just run around. You're fast as all hell at this point. You just go, woo, mark the back, move your lineman up a square, and then leap your frenzy and push the blitzer off, and then you surf a blitzer. And, like, AV9 is fantastic, but you can't... AV9 doesn't protect you from getting tossed into the crowd.
True.
Oh my god, I think he's doing it. I love Tom. You know what? Tommy Too Tall. I just love it. It's fantastic.
We'll probably need to try and get the troll out the way, or a.
Hey, hang on. If he keeps playing the way he's playing, the troll's getting surfed in about 2 turns.
Oh, he's not playing the way.
That's a double one.
Oh no! I wonder if the war dancer's going to get surfed.
Oh, it would be such a shame.
It would be so amazing if it died.
That was a very, very bad Snake Eyes. That war dancer is leaving the building.
If you are brave and block with the troll, you can surf the war dancer and the lineman.
Yeah, but that's...
Oh!
That's not Juniper.
Do you think he misclicked?
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Who is getting that? That was the wrong... That was the wrong elf. Oh, don't go stupid. Actually, he doesn't need the... Yeah, he does need the troll.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He can blitz to do it, but...
I think he was going for the double surf with the troll, but I don't know why we wizard there, because if we're wizarding there, we're going to have to blitz the lineman with guard to get through, because the tree still has tackle zones.
Who's the recovery? There is no recovery. Orcs are not fast. There's easy recovery for the elves, but it does, I suppose, force Juniper out of play. At the same time, I think he's quite happy carrying on the monster. Yeah. I can't justify that bolt. And Spoony Bard's furious because he didn't electrocute the war dancer to death.
Oh, we do have a power on the war dancer though.
That's not a surf though. Oh. It's not even a pseudo surf.
No.
Everything's going... Just when you wanted to... I think I'd have took the push, if I'm honest.
This is the thing. You're now having to bring an assist in here to blitz through, yeah?
He's going with the Dodger, isn't he? But that's not got the... He can mark it.
Oh, don't do GFIs, please. You need a removal here, otherwise you're not getting near the ball.
Well, you can't get near the ball anyway because the ball's
Or you're
down.
dodging by the tree.
You can dodge the tree. He's got dodge, but the problem he's got is he's now, because they're both down, can't... Yeah, I'd have taken the push rather than the pow, and then I'd have surfed.
Dodge through it, yeah.
Set up for follow-up hit. He can try to wedge Juniper in, but I'll let you into a secret. Juniper doesn't care.
No, that's a 2+2+ to get the ball.
I don't think the war dancer passes on. I think he holds it on blodge.
He can technically stand on the end zone and not be reached. Well, he can be marked, but he can't be hit.
These dodge linemen are doing the business as well, staying on their feet.
Big 1 dice power.
Oh, that's a 1 dice skull. That's a 1 dice power. But he burned his reroll, and that puts him on 2 for 2. The armor holding up again though. Lots of elves on the deck. No elves really hurt. Yeah,
none
he
of
should
that
have.
in the
He
first
should
block.
have tossed Rosmerario into the crowd. I don't like picking the POW.
Yeah.
I feel like Muffatillo's got a lot to go back over this game and unpack. You don't even need to leap with junior play. You can just run around.
3, 4, 5. Yeah.
You're movement 9 and Agi 5. Like, these orcs are irrelevant.
It's not just that, but you can blitz the catcher free. The guard catcher free. And you could have done the pass play and got away.
I mean, to be fair, he could just go straight back and attempt to toss it over the orc's head, and nothing except an intercept is bad news.
Yeah.
But no, he's just holding it. And I don't hate that.
Not a big fan of the position he's holding it, though.
Yeah, if he does somehow get powered, it could scatter out and be a real problem.
Yeah. And you're not even trying to protect the ball. I presume we're going to see Maya Tiscuicio come and try and screen a bit.
He can't screen completely unless he gets a lot of good dodges, though. And even then, the orcs will probably have a dodge onto the ball.
Yeah. From what I can see, unless he's going to do some GFIs when he brings T-Bolt back round. Which I imagine we're waiting to see now. T-Ball come round and mark the other front of that blitzer.
Okay, that's not bad. That was a 1 into not 1. That's pretty good. That's his scoring threat.
Yep.
Basically, if he doesn't drop the ball here, Muffatillo's probably giving up a touchdown on turn 12.
Again, going back to the wizard, not sure why. And now we don't have the threat. So the elves don't actually need to score if they don't want to risk it. They can just simply run the clock. I imagine they will go for the score, but they don't have to.
Fishing for a power on this guard player, I think, is his choice. He has got set himself up for a 2 dice. He can, with a knockdown from Adren on to Friar Laurelance, and that's a knockdown, he can bring the guard up to mark that gap onto Junior Plate. But that doesn't give him a blitz unless he can find the knockdown on Myrtle Cusio. And he's found the knockdown on Myrtle Cusio. This is actually... I think he needs to be very careful where he sidesteps here, otherwise there is a shot, the 2 dice on ball. However, we've seen 2 powers. What are the odds we get a 3rd pow?
I wouldn't have followed. I wouldn't have followed
his own route.
The route would have been through as a dodge with the loner to get the 2 dice.
No. If he hadn't followed, the guard comes up below the war dancer, and
the blitzer comes into that dodge square, and then 1 below right of the war dancer for the 2 dice.
So he's now turned his 2 dice into a 1 dice.
Yep. Will he get bailed out by the pill though?
With a reroll, so it's technically a 2 dice. He does not that time. Does not reroll. Yeah, that's Horring's says no different to the odds last time. Yeah, I know. That was a joke. Still though, a couple of powers on elves and they're holding up. Armor value 7, proving its value today.
Oh yeah.
Armor value 7 might be the real MVP of this game. But here's the thing, without tackle, Junior Plate doesn't even need a leap here. He can just dodge backwards. If he does tackle, 1 tackle zone is no tackle zones.
No, exactly.
Spoony Bard is still begging for dead elves. Spoony, I think that ship has sailed.
To this point, you can now just dodge to the back on your own touchdown line and be 100% safe, and then set up to go down the right-hand flank next time.
He looks like he's blitzing him off. That's kind of safer. 2 dice with a reroll is safer than 1 dice with a reroll, of course. When the failure state is still 1s.
Yes.
Would you accept no dead elves in an orc victory? I don't know how we'd get that result, but okay. I mean, it's a choice, Zord. I think Zord being a tad optimistic. The follow just on Rain was what absolutely boned him. I think if he hadn't followed and had been able to set up that 2 dice we were looking at, I think he'd have re-rolled the block. But 1 dice with a re-roll just is not appealing.
No. Yeah, definitely. If you're getting the 2 dice there, you would have took the block again. Probably something Muppetillo will look back on and be disappointed that he didn't spot, because we've watched Muppetillo a lot this season, and I think it's safe to say he'd agree that he's not played to his best this game.
He certainly, the Muppetillo that we have grown to admire from his play through 10A hasn't shown up, and I think Tommy is going to be happy with that. But Tommy has shown up. It's been a tour de force.
Oh, yeah.
It's been fantastic.
Tommy has just came and done the job and then some so far.
I have thoroughly loved watching Tommy's play. I really have. There's been a couple of things I've thought weren't necessarily the best choice, but on the whole, like, oh yeah, by the by, it's worthy of note, Muppetillo didn't sleep today. He sat up and played Chaos Cup all night. Won Chaos Cup, by the by, after a 10-hour day of 1 minute Blood Bowl play, and then went out with his missus all day. Because he's insane.
Well, play-ins or sleep. Misses or sleep, rather.
Yeah.
Not sure what I'd have picked.
It could be why you're single.
I'm not single, you cheeky bastard. Wait, is my girlfriend listening on Twitch? Because I might be now.
Yeah, if she's listening in the background.
Damn it. I'll need to find somebody else's missus that thinks I'm their favourite instead then.
I would suggest that potentially... Oh god, that was a 4+ dodge as well. These elves are just unstoppable at this point.
At this point, 4+ dodge, and Agi, was that Agi 3 4+ dodge?
That's why it was a 4+, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the troll's gone dumb again.
Oh, well.
I think Muppetillo is possibly suffering a little bit of brain drain from the Chaos Cup. It was certainly an endurance format. Do you go after
I do think
War Dancer here and try and bring down the scoring threat? Because I got bad news for you. The guard catch is also a scoring threat. Because Wood Elves are insanely fast.
At what point do you take the Blodge, Blitzer, Rain and just dodge and double GFI to try and pull the Ward Dancer Juniper?
I think you do it, to be honest. I think that might be what he's doing with this play line.
Yeah. At this stage, you're either going to get the ball or you're just accepting your fate.
He's got to do 2 dodges and 2 GFIs and try and 1 dice. And I think it's really his only choice. Oh, hang on. Would it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1. He could do it to 1 GFI, but he'd have to do a 4+, 3+ rather than a 3+, 3+. Off the top of my head, I'm not 100% sure which one's the better odds, but I think it's probably the 3+, 3+.
If he brings the Garter down, he could have used the loner block. Oh, he's going for it.
He's failed the dodge. He's got the dodge. Is he blitzing? We haven't got a... No, it's a failed GFI. He is blitzing. That's why he just got kicked in the head. But he hasn't got the reroll for the block. And that's not a bring... That doesn't bring him down.
It's not the pull we were looking for. So many times I think we've seen these defender stumbles from the blitzers.
Yes.
And just you think back to the tackle blitzers that Muppetillo did have before the final weeks.
Yeah, he's definitely
Basman's Grob killed.
That's why Basman's is chilling in chat, and he's that's a POW. That's a 1 dice POW.
Will we see any damage though?
We'll see a stun.
So no. I do think it is safe to say that I like what Muppetillo took inducement wise. I think taking the thrower was the smart plan, and the guard was the smart plan. It's just
the thrower instantly getting KO'd on the first block it took and never waking up is kind of grim.
Yeah. It's almost like he borrowed a thrower from Haringzord there. Imhotep Orc. Yeah.
I'm still disappointed we didn't see Junior get lightning bolted to the face.
Yeah. But Junior Plep rolling a block here that does... Oh, tackle, yes, doing a thing. Just when you think that Agi strip movement wasn't enough, you remember that it does have tackle as well.
Hey, it almost is actually like just a FU to Muppetillo there, because he's been rolling all these stumbles and getting nothing out of it, and it's like, look, I've got tackle. You don't have tackle. I've got tackle.
Yep. And at this point, I think if you're Tommy, you're looking to see, do I have any else 3 SPP away from a level?
I've been looking at that. I've been clicking around to see who would be the choice, and the closest he's got is Lord Cabagulet, which is a 11 out of 16 catcher. I wouldn't hate to see that guy get a touchdown. Put him 2 SPP away from a level. He really he's got an amazing catcher in Myrtle Cuscio, but frankly, he needs to start fishing for the move. You know, the incredibly terrifying plus movement, and you can't have 10 movement until you have 9 movement, right?
The other option is, so Rose Mareo, the other war dancer, is on 23, so the touchdown will put it in within MVP range.
I love how we've got to the point in the cast now where we're talking about who you put the touchdown on because we expect that it's coming.
I mean, being perfectly honest, in our hearts of hearts, do you see anything stopping this?
No, because look at this line of men, this line of elders who are just going, "Thou shalt not pass."
Yes.
And obviously they're all inspired from, Romeo and Juliet, which is why I went for "Thou shalt not." I was getting in the... Oh, hang on. Someone finally fails to dodge.
Still no damage, though.
Yeah. Was that 93 or was that the movement guy?
But Bassman pointing out that he only killed 1 tackle palmer and a lineman and the level 2 thrower. So, yeah, not a lot of damage there.
Yeah, shame we don't have one of those anymore, James. Yeah, I only killed 3 orcs with high elves.
Yeah. And no mighty blow.
Sorry, did Basmas have 1 mighty blow?
No.
There's just a couple of... No, it's the other...
He's got the He's got the silly strength 4 thrower.
Yes. And the plus agi blitzer, right?
I'm not sure if he had plus agi. He might have the plus agi blitzer.
The troll has been left. The troll and the tree are having a staring comp. Oh, the troll's alright, he's fine.
I was about to say, the troll just needs to go square up to the tree and try to kill it next turn for some glory.
Send a message, kill the tree.
Yeah. At some point, you've just got to go, well, you're not leaving this. And don't find the pal we're looking for there. I feel that's been the story of this game. Well, we've said we've not found the pal we are looking for. And that is in credit to Tommy Tootle's development on this Wood Elf team. That he has so much dodge and block and wrestle.
I think it's a brilliant one-season team. It's held up really well, to be honest.
Yes.
God, Basmans knows the litany of the dead. He's not saying he carved notches in his bedpost for that one, but he did.
Carved notches in his elf ears.
The one thing I'm considering here is: do you score?
I don't think you give up 3.
Put the game completely out of the orc hands. 2-0 up with 3 orc turns to spare. Yeah, you're taking a few hits. You've still got your apple. And frankly, it's only going to get harder from here to defend as the orcs pinch you in.
Yeah, but the only thing is you've got nothing you could probably put on the line that you don't mind dying.
He does. He's got a movement 6 lineman. He's got his tree. And he's got this blodge dude with G3. They're absolute line fodder.
RG3 blodge is still better than a loner, though.
He's going for that guy. Looks like the catch is doing the score.
It looks like it. This is one of those situations you hope the throw and catch works, or you're getting surfed for free.
He has got a catch reroll. Oh god, he's failed the pass. What answer's throwing another one? He's failed the pass again.
There is a chance.
There's a dream. There's a hope. There's the faintest of overtime chance.
I mean,
it's awful, but it's there.
I would have blitzed with that Black Orc to clear the ball. I'm not going to lie.
That's POW on a war dancer. Oh, it's a stun. Oh.
Yeah, I would have blitzed with the Black Orc.
My god, we need... Where's Holes? Is Holes still in chat? Holes, bless these 3 pluses. Because we need a lot of them. Where's he gone? No, that was your pass to that guy.
No, come on. Unless he's going to pick up and secure the blitz and pick up with
Forrest does the dodge.
Forrest.
He picks up, does the dodge back out, and chucks
No, he
it
has to blitz.
to Zeus.
Yes.
Someone get holes on the line. We need a miracle.
That is exactly what I'm saying. Why didn't he? I would have blitzed with the Black Orc to clear the ball, and then
God,
did
stop
the
moving!
dodge
No,
up
where you going? No, why?
Muppetillo!
Oh, the
It's
trolls
an
are the least bit.
RG5 war dancer. It doesn't care.
It does not care about tackle zones. It has no chill.
No, it's a 3+ with reroll. Just kill it.
Oh, he's blitzing it.
Oh,
He's found pow. This could be massive. Oh, and there's an animation.
oh,
It's just done.
No, you need to pick it up now. No.
This is actually, though, with both war dancers stunned, there's a dream. Oh, he's failed. He needs the reroll. Snap reroll that.
Got the reroll.
But like, everything is terrifying. But he needs to... There's a real chance he can do this. How is this? This game is blown open from that snake eyes because he can outpace the war dancer now.
That is, well, the catcher's out of action, the tree's out of action.
There's this guy with guard. I mean, yeah, it's not likely, but without rerolls, it's terrifying. But it's more of a chance than he had
Last
2 minutes
turn.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he moved too many players down. He really is relying on so much dice without a reroll.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him bring the guard Merc in to clear the ball, and then instead of bringing all these extra lineouts down, you just go for the pickup and the recovery.
The one thing he basically has to... I think the play from Tommy is to ignore the ball and blitz down Rain.
Yeah.
And just remove... Because he's the most reliable chance of getting a touchdown, because he's got Blodge.
Yeah. And he's the only scoring threat at the moment.
Yes. I mean, at this point, the loners are as good a scoring threat as the blitzer, because if they move down the pitch. Because frankly, when you've got no rerolls, everybody has loner.
He's one dice in the ball.
With a wrestle, he's not getting it. Yeah, and the reason he did that was to stop cage dives with war dancers. That's freed him up. Forrest is now free. Run, Forrest, run.
It's not just that, but if you're brave, you can dodge one of the loners out, and then use the other loner.
You don't need to dodge the loner. Well, one of the loners is already free.
If you want to get the ball on Rain, or you could just free up one of the loners with the blitz.
You could theoretically just use the loner and blitz blitz with the loner to push or better being Volio to free up Azram for the receiving threat.
It's not just right.
That's good. It's a good mark. We like that.
I mean, I'm just going to say, you could just throw the ball to Rain and make the catch like
5+
somebody else
casually.
did.
Yeah,
and give me another heart attack.
I
just
feel
saying
like
you
the
could do
Amazons
it.
were better teched for it than this.
They only had an RG4 to throw the ball, but
I mean, an
the Orcs
RG4 is
but the
better
Orcs
than
can
an
throw it
RG3.
quicker, so they need the same dice.
From which league are these teams? Muppetillos are from 10A, and I'm reliably informed that Tommy Tutol is from Rebbl 10C.
Right, how big are Muppetillo's cojones? Are they big and green, or are they little grapes?
Plains bracket 4, the miracle bracket. I can imagine Spoony Bard is sat on the edge of his seat right now.
Praying that the Orcs get this.
I don't, yeah.
Because I imagine Spoony would rather face these Orcs than the tackle heavy elves.
No, the elves are going to shred Spoony, I think. Well, I think Spoony's used to being shredded.
You're on the move.
The dream is moving. Hang on, that's a tree. What are you doing? He's heading towards the tree. That's a blitz, that's a pow.
You need scoring threats here, Muppetillo.
That
That's not making it. That's not a scoring threat because you can't GFI now. I mean, you could, but you could have freed up the loner to at least.
He needs to
got
double
closer.
GFI to still need 2 GFIs.
Mel, for like after action reports,
Yes.
remind Muppetillo of scoring threats and distance.
Yes. Let's teach Muppetillo to count to 6.
Yes. Zord can be perfect because Zord at least knows to count to 16 by now.
Yeah? Yeah. 1 sec.
Oh!
Take over, Nugget.
We finally have a death, turn 15, on the catcher. Do we see an apple? We see an apple dead into dead. I'm guessing because Metal can't click buttons, you may not be seeing this all in time, but F's in chat for the dead catcher, dead into dead. Spoonie, of course, happy on that. And we have one scoring threat by the Orcs. Again, that will be blitzed and killed. Yes, they are, boys. One dead. It's the opposite from. He goes along with your mother.
Oh god, I ran away and to
And
answer the door and I missed a death.
Metal, run away again, right?
Dead,
It was
dead,
dead.
apple dead.
Yep. But Muppetillo again deciding not to make any dodges to put more scoring threats. So we're going to get at least 3 shots here on the blitzer to knock it down. Or push it back 2 squares.
So just for Muppetillo when he watches this back, right, really quickly, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. With GFIs, siete and ocho.
Siete.
Siete.
But now you just need to dodge out the lineman and get the blitz here and push him back 1 more square and no mass.
But hilariously, the Amazon guy that just delivered the package clearly also
Wait, the what guy, Metal?
the Amazon guy who delivered the package. Because it was
it Spinny Bad?
it was not, but he was Spanish. So even he was cheering on Muppetillo.
Yeah. Did he 13 square through your parcel from the end of the driveway to your front door?
No, but he did give me a hola senor.
Hola, senor. And that is game.
That's pretty much game. Yeah, there's no. Shall we go back over the counting to 6 in Spanish?
See.
I do not like the double GFIs. Metal Spanish versus French. Okay, yeah. My German's pretty good.
I'm just Scottish.
I just let you do the Scottish. It's fine. We had a dream, and I'm so sad.
We had a dream that Muppetillo could count to 6, and it didn't happen.
Look at it. It's just one little square. Why don't you have sprint, little Orky?
Why didn't you put a scoring threat in, Muppetillo?
He had to double GFI with Zeus and pray he didn't roll a 1. I mean, at the point that he was at in the drive...
Or even dodge out the loners.
GFIs are better than dodges.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're not doing the GFIs, you at least try to dodge out the loners.
If you think this Wood Elf looks good, you should see Hindus's 1 season Kislev team. I've talked about it a lot, but 1900 Kislev in 1 season is insanity.
Didn't he have Uni's division, so it was probably a quite easy SPP farm for him.
he only beat me 2-0. And that's only because I spent the entire game trying to kill his Pom Blitzer instead of trying to win.
I remember. But no, I presume there's going to be some...
G to the G's being dropped in chat.
Yep.
Fans
still choosing not to just run and try and pull a War Dancer, which I'm extremely disappointed in.
Yes, that
Kislev team is pretty bad.
I threw... He's going to foul this guy, isn't he? He's going to do him a favour and foul this guy.
Yeah, but it's the RG3. It's probably the least scary elf.
That's why he's doing him a favour. He's not doing Spoonie a favour. He's doing Tommy a favour.
And nope. So we've had real instances of a turn 2 Kaz and a turn 15 dead.
Dead apple dead. And to be fair, it was actually the catcher.
Oh, and the loner picking up. The loner Black Orc picking up the MVP.
The Merc. You can't even hire the Merc.
Really? Can you not?
No, because it's a Merc.
Level 2, yeah.
Rosaline, the lineman, who was Kaz'd on literally turn 1, getting the MVP for literally sitting in the box the entire match. But look at that, right? For whoever said it, as far as the elves were fine. 8 armor breaks, right?
Yeah.
40 blocks to 8 breaks on AV7 is awful. 31 blocks to 4 armor breaks and a kill. Death, even, sorry. They did a Kaz, though, on the Black Orc. I still don't understand why that Black Orc didn't reroll the dodge.
No, there's a few things. Mappatillo, of course, in chat with us now. Mappatillo.
Oh, he wants us to pronounce Badruk Aplazta Cabezaz.
I'm glad you did.
Let's have a look. 18 pows, by the by, on the end from Mappatillo. 19 stumbles. Only 19 pushes, so the pushes were incredibly low. 8 both downs, which is really low on average, and 13 skulls. He actually rolled fairly high on the knockdowns, were they not all dodge? His pushes were really low. So actually, the block dice were quite favourable to Mappatillo in the end, which it didn't feel like it at any point during that game.
And I think that a lot of that was down to when the pills did happen, nothing happened as a result.
Both matches finished at the same time.
Yes.
Coaching on the sideline. Shall we one more time chat? Does anyone fancy doing the count to 6 in Spanish for Mappatillo?
Mappatillo, we're going to have to go through the numbers of squares that your orcs need to be in to score.
Yeah, we need to talk about scoring range. Uno! Haringzod's on, come on. Who's going dos? Who's going dos? Someone give Haringzod a dos.
Dos!
Tres!
Oh, you ruined it, Metal! You ruined it!
Cuatro! Oh, Rex!
Stop ruining it, chat!
See,
Cinco!
we're giving Mappatillo grief, but we can't even do it. Cuatro!
You can't even spell quite. Seis! Siete! Fall over! Haringzod knows it.
You cannot take it away from him. Tommy played. I genuinely enjoyed watching Tommy play Wood Elves there. That was fantastic play.
It was a very, very well played game from Tommy. We said don't think he made a mistake that we would have called there all game, apart from maybe putting the catcher in the end zone before getting the ball there.
I don't know. But I think there was a couple of little positional choices that I didn't like as much, but like his use of the frenzy ward answer was so on point. On the whole, I genuinely enjoyed watching Tommy with Wood Elves. I think personally, having seen him on his Nurgle and on his Wood Elves there, I think he's definitely a stronger Wood Elf player.
Despite trying to get all these linemen down to Pestigore speed.
Metal's on board as soon as he saw for end of the pitch. I kind of was. My God, we've had 119 responses to the Nufflies already. Just remember, everybody, when voting, please do not give Crusader the Golden Mike Award again, because he won't shut up. Yeah, if you want to see another entire season of Crusader waving his golden dildo around on his stream, you know, that's your choice, but I wouldn't suggest that that's a good idea. Frankly, you should vote for me just to watch Crusader tilt off the face of the planet, because that's hilarious.
Oh, I think you should vote for Chubstep, because I'm pretty sure he's already got the dildo ready.
I'm going to drop a raid anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming along. Mappatillo, I know, is in the chat. We'll probably watch it back.
Tommy showed up, but massive congratulations to Tommy. Huge fan of his player.
Very well done to Mappatillo getting this far as well, at least.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. It was a really competitive division he came out of, and he did come out with a messed up team. McNugget, thank you for covering.
Thank you very much for having me, Metal.
Thanks everyone for watching. We are going to be covering a game at around 10 PM on this stream. It's Luminous versus Azathoth, who was my division mate for the season, and of course Luminous, everyone knows Luminous is Vamps. Haringzod is covering a game at around the same time, which is Larkstar versus the guy that Larkstar's playing against?
It's the Underworld team. It's Necro v Underworld, so whatever Larkstar is, it's then the Necro team that would have played me.
Yeah. In any case, we're going to raid Villy, so go and give Villy some love, because he's playing his Rebbl game at the moment. Thank you everyone for watching. You all stay classy now, folks, and we'll see you next time.